Well, hello, my beautiful Libra. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, of course, you can see the Gaia chimes have been reinstated, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your monthly reading for August. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. We have officially moved into fabulous Leo season, so it really is time to shine your light and take the center stage in your life. This month is all about leadership and empowerment. It's an easier energy, I gotta be honest with you, okay? The planetary alignments are, less challenging this month. August actually encourages you to be more flamboyant. Enjoy yourself, be bold, be daring, and motivated to accomplish so much by ticking all your priorities off your to-do list and leave enough time to bask in all your glory. Be proud of yourself with quality time to pamper yourself as well as carve out time for your soul tribe. This month is all about energy. It's about confidence, creativity, vitality, and self-expression. Being unapologetically you, which puts you on course to attract more positive outcomes in your future. Now, governed by the sun, this month your focus will turn to your personal identity, your courage to pursue your dreams and passions with heart-led purpose, and August really aligns you to lead with love and positivity, and I'm not surprised to see there that you have the Strength card as your leading card. This basically means that you are tapping into that Leo energy of flamboyance, but also you are peacocking your wonderful self, trying to have more confidence, and basically aligning with love, positivity, to seek out fun and adventure. And of course, there's been a lot of challenges over the recent months there. So August sees you pushing back. It's time for you. Now, this is a perfect time for a getaway, whether it's a vacation or a staycation. It'll give you the space that you need to assess your personal direction, your life philosophy, belief system, and be ready to reinforce any structures in your life on return to remain on target and make great strides forward. I mean, you are really tapping into this energy because look, this figure, the Fool card, is making great strides forward as you move out of August. So some of you could be launching something new. This doesn't have to be like a project. It could be a new look, or you just feel different about yourself. There's something that's hitting different for you in the month of August there, especially since we have the Death card. So making some major lifestyle changes. I feel a lot of you are looking at endings and beginnings in your life right now. And this can be across the board. I mean, it can be that you're focused on expiry dates, of important documents and, you know, perhaps even people or situations that you've outgrown. But this month, it really asks you to reinforce those structures, as I mentioned, and it's actually going to give you an opportunity to remain on target with your goals without distractions. And Mars actually moves into your sign on the 6th of August, increasing your zest for life. And I would say that this is a figure that has a bit more zest for life there. So if you've been feeling exhausted, you may actually change a few things in your life that gives you more energy. You know, I actually see August for the collective as being a month where there is a diary jam-packed with curious events, and you've got the full card, which is all about curiosity, spontaneity, and things like that. So you may even get some, you know, impromptu invitations come through to really encourage you to come out to play. This month is all about fun, especially since your 5th house is influencing you this month. It's about letting your hair down, going out of your comfort zone to pursue, you know, pleasure and basically seek more excitement. So I would say that, of course, you have responsibilities, but this energy is driving you to, you know, romance your life a little bit more. And I would say it's a perfect time to fall back in love with your life, or even fall in love if you're open to accepting a soulmate. If you are already in a relationship, any existing relationships, it's a time to reignite that sensual spark and bring you closer together. Friendships also deepen during this period too, because it's all about unity. Now, the Lionsgate portal is already activated, but it will peak on the 8th of August. That's when the Earth, Orion's belt, the star Sirius, and of course the Sun in the sign of Leo, activate this very powerful 8-8 portal, opening up a transformative energetic flow to connect you to higher vibrations. This alignment facilitates the opportunity to manifest your dreams into reality using inspired action, of course. So all of your proactive hard work starts to deliver tangible results. Now, the 10th sees a very powerful planetary parade where 6 planets align, reinforcing these manifesting opportunities. And of course, astrologically, there's been so many drastic changes. It's been really hard to catch a break. And the first 2 weeks of August, I mean, it has been a bit of a bumpy ride, but those first 2 weeks of August may feel like a bit of a gear shift, as more kind of positive energies want to flow in. They really do want to, I promise you, but there's been a lot going on there. However, once Mercury turns direct on the 11th, you'll actually take charge of your life with clarity and make greater strides and advancements in the area of your life that you're focused on and, of course, investing energy in. Anything that's been blocked or on hold, I can definitely see here for you. It starts to shift, you know, especially financial, because you have a Page of Pentacles there as your first card. But this can also be anything that you really invest in, body, mind, and soul. Any changes that you're making, you know, this is a period to advance. And for stargazers, Jupiter and, of course, Venus, you know, the sign that governs you, gets up close and personal on the 12th. A very auspicious day to attract better luck. You'll probably get the majority of that because Venus is your planet, of course. Receive good news, mend any issues or complications, and harmonize your life. And then we have, on the 22nd of August, we have a black new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo, which grounds all that energy and offers a practical focus to get more organized. However, there's always a however, it clashes with the planet of chaos and plot twists, Uranus. So there may be some unexpected surprises that you need to navigate at the end of the month. Now, Jupiter will work really hard to take the edge off and turn any of these plot twists into your favor, as it were. So watch out for that. But now I'm going to kind of like just mention briefly some global scale activity, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it. Okay, but I did mention in July's forecast that Mercury retrograde would play havoc with technology and internet security, and we saw major power outages across Starlink, and some well-known brands actually experienced some cyber breaches. Now, Mercury retrograde does not play nice, and this one really didn't, and the post-shadow will not leave us, it doesn't clear, until the 25th of August. So just be a little bit mindful that we may see a little bit more of the same. Strengthen any passwords if you feel the need to. Save down important work. I mean, you may have some glitches with the internet, power outages, things like that. Nothing to be paranoid about, of course, but always important to be mindful and prepared. And I did mention in the yearly forecasts that this year would all be about fire and water. And I didn't want it to be the case, but here we are. We've seen globally a lot of challenging activity, shall we say, and of course the planetary movements have some influence on that. Major seismic shifts, I did mention as well, would occur in and around the Ring of Fire, and activity in the Pacific Ocean too. Now, I want you to be aware that is a very active part of the world anyway, okay, when it comes to seismic shifts, but we've already seen unusually high activity, and unfortunately, I envisage more to come. Again, I wish this was not the case, and I don't buy into the currency of fear, but I have to acknowledge that landscapes are shifting, and we've seen an uptick of extreme shifts, as well as erratic weather events globally. So August may actually see and encourage global conversations centered around weather systems changing direction, jet streams becoming unstable, ocean patterns altering, significantly impacting the topography due to major seismic activity, and of course how we can navigate these changes, maybe even try to reverse. I mean, Mother Nature is a little bit cross right now, so it's all about balance, of course. So perhaps, you know, people in the know will be able to find that balance. But August basically is a month of managing things and releasing the buildup of pressure, and that's both, you know, on a global scale and a personal scale. This is about observing and finding motivation to build for the future. It's a powerful month for you to align with what brings you joy, of course, and offers a platform to be either more sociable, more present, whilst at the same time making major advancements to achieve your personal goals and embrace your inner fire, your playfulness, and basically be more you. And I feel a lot of you are trying to be more you and rediscover that spark. But also, we have the Strength card. This is your protagonist energy. So you're coming into August strong. Okay, so a lot of you have been dealing with some stuff here. I feel like you are someone who is perhaps preempting a challenge. But actually, I feel like you are in control. You have a lot of control cards here. We have the Emperor energy. There's actually something you will celebrate at the end of the month there. Three of Cups. A lot of you are getting a little bit more involved in the community, or, you know, you are going to spend your time a little bit more sociable this month there. But Three Cups is an energy of excitement, of celebration, maybe even an event or an invitation that you're going to be invited to. It may be spontaneous because we have the Fool card there. So it could be that, you know, there's a spontaneous gathering, or, you know, an engagement or a wedding, or, I mean, it could be that for some of you, if you are in love, because we've got that King of Cups there, so some of you do have a partner that you're in love with, and if you're not married or committed to this person in terms of engagement, this person may actually, you know, step up and ask you to marry them. Okay, we have the Fool card, so this can indicate like a new stage of a relationship. I mean, there's a lot of people here, so I do feel that personally, because your fifth house is influencing you, this is about spending quality time with your family, your friends, the people you consider soul tribe members. And if you're currently searching for soul tribe members, I would say that some of you may pick up the confidence to actually engage in some sort of hobby or social activity where it puts you in the position to meet like-minded people. So it could be that you brace yourself, but actually you really enjoy yourself and you meet people that, you know, you will continue to meet up with, as it were, and just have a lot of fun with these people. But the Courage card can also indicate that you have been overcoming obstacles, and you have been quietly making some changes in your life. And this is a card that highlights that, you know, you're moving forward. That's your intention. But also it can be that you're trying to remove drama from your life. You're having the courage of heart to go after your goals and dreams. And as you can see here, a lot of you are getting like a higher perspective of your life, holding yourself to higher standards, not willing to coast. You know, you're ambitious, you're focused, you're paying a lot of attention to the details of your life right now. And I feel also that something that you see as your future, or, you know, maybe a job you want to get done or be more productive, I feel like you're following your heart and you're having the courage to follow through on this. I mean, the true nature of success is consistency, and the Strength card is to be persistent on something that, you know, will be very rewarding. And also we have the Death card there and the Page of Cups. So with that Four of Wands, there may be something here and this is not going to resonate with all of you, but some of you may have been evolving away from something or separating from something that was consistent in your life. And there's this energy of like a new era or a new way of living or a new pace. And I feel like you're just going to celebrate it, even if it was hard. So for example, if some of you have been going through a separation, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love, or you're navigating a divorce, or you feel that relationships, especially with a person, we've got a Page of Cups in the resistance position there, could be someone who's been like trying to hold you to unrealistic expectations, or someone who's been very immature. This card can represent a breakup as well, or someone who was really dependent on you to be the person they expected you to be in that little box of expectation. And this month you're like, no, you know, I am making some changes, erecting healthier boundaries, and you're really breaking free from something, okay, in order to be free of it. Now, on a personal level, you know, this doesn't have to be people. With that Courage card, this can be that you're cutting something out, okay? The Courage card can be that you're going to be persistent and that you are aware that sometimes there's temptations to fall back into a cycle repeat, or to reconnect to the thing that you've cut out. For example, it could be a food substance, could be a person, environment. So a lot of you are having the courage of your convictions to stand strong and say, nope. And you're finally just cutting something out there. I mean, also with that Page of Pentacles, because this is your protagonist energy, you're focused on your finances, on stability. You know, you may be preempting tougher times ahead economically, or, I mean, I don't see anything here that is negative. I mean, the Death card is in the resistance position, so it can be that you're also looking at areas where you're feeling stuck, or where you preempt kind of a stalemate energy, where you feel there is maybe economically, because the Page of Pentacles is there, it can be that you're aware there are some changes or cutbacks going on, and you just want to stay ahead of the curve, or you want to be in a position where you feel secure. So it could be that you are kind of looking at your investments, protecting your finances, or maybe even looking at second streams of income in order to, safeguard your position, your security there, because Page of Pentacles often means that, you are investing a lot of work into your life. You're bringing your A game, but you're also curious to learn more. And it can be that, you're committed to prosperity, and you're going to, see the evidence, tangible evidence that your plans are taking shape, but it starts with a plan. And the Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins there is all about your plan. So I feel like you have a plan, you're sticking to it. You may not be sure, how you're going to get there on some of the things, but I feel like just putting one foot in front of the other, you're taking action on it, and it's going to be a success. I feel like you'll celebrate yourself that you didn't give up and that you moved on forward, that your efforts will pay off there. I feel like you're aligned. But of course, the Page of Coins can indicate news. Pages often bring news, okay? So I feel this is some news that is, I would say, practical, news. I'm not sure what I mean by that. So it could be like, important documents. You may be trying to stay on top of any administrative tasks, because this can be like applications filled in order to apply for a job or an opportunity. If you're currently looking for a job, I would say that there's a high-ranking position with that Emperor energy coming on in. I feel with that Three of Cups, you're going to fit right in. It's a great bunch of people to work with. You may be managing these people, though. The Fool card tells me it's a wonderful new adventure, a lot of potential. It will have a ripple effect in your life, cause and effect, a lot of success. May start out with a starting salary with this money here, but I feel ultimately you're following your heart. And the Emperor indicates a lot of you may staircase in this role quite quickly. Okay, so that's going on there. So if you're currently searching for a role, if you've come to this reading and you're currently out of work, or you were made redundant, or you're, having to leave a position, either the contract's run its course, or you just feel like it's, a position where you're feeling stuck in a rut, like there's no room for maneuver, or you even feel it's a toxic environment. If you are taking yourself out of that position, because the Death card is in its position, in the resistance position, it tells me that you're taking the power back. You're making some changes, and I feel there is an opportunity coming on in for you there. I mean, there's a King of Cups here as well. So this is you making an effort to do something that you love, follow your heart. A lot of you may also personally go through a very cathartic phase over this period. But if you are looking for a job opportunity, I mean, because there are a couple of people here, I feel like there's a dream job opportunity coming in, but you may have options. Three of Cups can indicate that there's like, I want to say a three-way bind. So it could be that there's equal opportunity in each role, but you're following your heart on the right one that also brings in the right money. Okay, so with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from the energy. If you're someone who owns your own business, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're someone who wants to be your own boss, I see a lot of you maybe even launching something in the month of August there. With that Emperor energy, it means you're a director of a company, or perhaps you are someone who's highly creative, because we've got that King of Cups there. It means you care about what you do, whatever it is you're creating or investing your energy into. But the Emperor is like a financial structure. It can be that you make it a legal entity, or it can be that you establish it as a business in some way. So you may be looking at the structure of money at this time and what's the best route for you as someone who is making money from your creative endeavors. So you may be a sole trader, for example, but you may turn it into like, an LLC, or, some sort of company. Okay, I feel with that Emperor energy, this is about structure. It's about being serious about your endeavors there. And the Three of Cups, for some of you, there may be different aspects of people on board here. I'm only talking about the business aspect because your first card after the Courage card is the Page of Pentacles. So there could be like people you employ to help you delegate certain things, and some of you want to be a little bit more nomadic in your finances, so this could be money-making ideas as well. I mean, because the fifth house is influencing you, and of course, there is the 12th house influencing you as well at the end of the month. I would say with the Page of Coins, some of you may have had a challenging journey, and you may actually decide to reflect or ruminate on those experiences and perhaps help other people with those experiences by sharing it, okay, because the Three of Cups is there to share. So it could be that you create a group, or you get involved in a group where you can really like make a difference. And for some of you, you may literally write a book about what you have experienced to help others, because I feel that Three of Cups, a lot of you, there's this humanitarian energy, but it comes from experience, because you have cards of experience here with that King of Cups. But removing the energy from all of that, I feel a lot of you, when it comes to working environments, I see you like hitting a plateau and feeling like you need to smash through a glass ceiling and flourish in your career, whether you work for yourself or not, whether you work for a company or not. Of course, I feel there is promotion vibes here if you work in a company, but if you work for yourself, I feel a lot of you could be pooling your resources and doubling down on something that you do already. So it could be with that Three of Cups, it could be that, something is running itself, or it's up and running, and it's, I would say 3 streams of income, or something is passive income, and now you're onto a new idea in order to double down what you're doing already. Okay, but I'll move away from the financial aspect. If you are just focused right now on your finances, this can be sticking to a financial strategy and plan, and that you're not going to make any changes on that you're going to remain on target. But Page of Pentacles is new money. So I would say some of you may get a rebate at this time, tax rebate, or perhaps there's some sort of bonus on the cards, or even, some sort of royalty or residual payment from something that you did a long time ago. But I definitely see you focused on finances. And also, I feel that you're in a period where you have the ability to attract what you need. So this month, I would say you are focused on something, like laser focus. Look at that person. They are firmly looking at their long-term goals. And a lot of you are working really hard, trying to do something that you love, follow your heart, but you're trying to tie up loose ends and finish what you start, because we have the Death card there, and you will finish what you start. There are some projects ongoing, because it feels like you're going to hit a milestone in the month of August that you will celebrate, but it feels like you still have some ways to go, okay? And you're okay with that. It feels like it's, a marathon, not a sprint, as it were. You're invested in something and you're going to take it to the top, but the Three of Cups indicates that you will celebrate a win on this. It's reinforced by the Four of Wands there, which is, of course, reaching a very important marker in the month of August, where you celebrate something things start to come together. But I really feel August is a bit of a planning month for you, okay? With the King of Cups, this is you checking your vision and really kind of like supporting the vision that you have and moving forward. Also, I get an energy that some of you may hear, and this is random, but it's just come through. You may hear from a person from your past. Now, I'm not saying it's an ex, okay, but it is with a Page of Cups here. Both these cards are in the resistance position. So it can be that you keep going round and round in circles with somebody, perhaps, and they resurface just before Mercury goes direct. So just watch out for that. Before the 11th, some of you could hear from someone from your past who was involved with you romantically. But the Death card is there, which means the way you feel about this person's changed. You may look at this person like, what did I even see in that person? You know, so I feel you are kind of free from the kind of like spell of being in love with this person, as it were, and you're moving on. But aside from that, I also see some of you reconnecting to someone you haven't seen in a long time, or maybe you're going to be invited to a reunion of sorts, but there may be a person at that, or someone that you haven't seen for a while, a friend that you really care about. This person, I feel like you're a shoulder to cry on regarding something, and you're really there for them. You're really generous with your time, and this person will never forget, you know, your kindness. You're giving it because you have a beautiful heart. But I feel this person, you know, they may send you a gift, but I just feel like this person will always be there because you were so compassionate for them. But I see, you know, you being sent a gift, or, you know, maybe a token of appreciation. But ultimately, when you apply this energy, because there's so many people here, so there could be an important gathering or a feast date. Maybe you're hosting something at your house. It's going to go really well. It's going to be a lot of fun there. But ultimately, the King of Cups is about following your heart. Very sensitive energy, very caring, of course, kind and loving. And I feel this is how you're trying to approach the month, by leading with your heart. Yes, you've been going through some challenges. I mean, it's no accident that even the Page of Pentacles has a heart on display. So I feel like you're trying to do more things that bring you joy. However, your 12th house is going to make you feel more sensitive. You may connect to your higher self at this time through meditation, or really look at your spiritual path. You know, I feel there's a lot of animal energy, so you may notice animals approach you differently in the month of August. But I feel also your spirit guides are guiding you and sending you signs through animals. I know that sounds random to some people, but that's something that's coming through, so pay close attention. You know, it could be that you're asking about your sense of purpose right now, and then suddenly there's like a billboard with an eagle on it. Eagles tend to represent precision, locking onto a goal, you know, kind of like, it feels like this right now. I gotta give it to you how intuitively I'm feeling it. It's like you're circling around something right now. It's like you're ready to pounce on something or ready to launch something, but you know, you're aware of the next steps, but you're just kind of like circling it, maybe protecting it because you feel this is mine. I'm going to go for this. So whether it is you're purchasing a house, or whether it is that you are, you know, trying to book tickets for something that's fun. It just feels like there's this energy, or even like a financial opportunity. It feels like you're just being very vigilant, keeping your eyes peeled and circling for the right moment to swoop. And, you know, there may be a message that goes along with an image that has a particular animal on there that you have an affinity with. I mean, it could be wolves, it could be eagles. Right now I am being drawn to the eagle because it's there, but I also got an image of wolves there. Not in the water, but in my mind's eye. I want you to be aware of that. Wolves are pathfinders. So a lot of you, you know, you may have some time away, a quick trip somewhere planned, and you may have contact with friends and family members and just really enjoy yourself, but it sets you thinking about your long-term goals and the changes that you feel like you need to make, because there is change here. You know, the Death card signals a transition period that you've been going through, and you may have had to be really like bold and daring and come out of a comfort zone in order to move to the next stage, because you are moving to the next stage. I mean, the Death card can highlight that you are cutting a lot of things out of your life right now, things that feel familiar to you somehow. So either you're outgrowing friendships or environments or food substances, or, you know, maybe even apps or just things in general. It feels like you are evolving, because the Death card is to evolve, and that figure has a scythe there ready to cut anything that does not promote healthy growth. And we've got that Page of Cups and of course the Four of Wands. So these cards can indicate that you've been feeling stuck in a rut with something that you feel needs to change. And as soon as you change it, it feels like you are free from it. It just feels like your life is a little bit more in harmony because of that Four of Wands. But I also see a lot of you, there is this need to be more sociable. Okay, so you may find that you are booking a lot more things than usual, even if you're going out solo and doing something. But I would say this Death card, especially since it was in the Resistance position, there's something that has been ongoing that finally you are like, enough is enough. You're drawing a line in the sand with this. And, this is I'm being given like a rite of passage to make progress. But also on a practical level, I feel like you're like detoxifying. I feel like you're decluttering your home space as well. I feel a lot of you are trying to reignite that spark and quieten the noise, as it were. Phase things out that causes drama or anything that perhaps is not helpful on your path. Also, I feel like you're owning your time, being more disciplined, more structured, more organized, and maybe even some of you have cut out distractions, but you yearn to be going out and being more creative, because I feel there is a project here that is on hold that you will return to, something that you've ruminated on for a while, but you may get some news or a sign that says it's time. It's time to move forward, okay? I feel you've been almost, as I said, circling or in the holding room or waiting room of this project or whatever it is, and suddenly you're off. I mean, for some of you, this could be that you're moving to a new neighborhood, or you're moving to a new job, or something big is ending here for you, something that perhaps you felt should have happened a long time ago. August is the month where it is activated. And the Fool card is like a ripple effect. It means there's adventure, excitement, the beginning of something. I mean, a lot of you, because of that Three of Cups there, you may be trying new beverages, as it were, or elixirs to help you. These could be like vitamins, maybe a tonic or something. Because we do have that Page of Pentacles there, this could be that you're focused on your body, your health at this time. So you may find different potions, as it were, healthy kind of drinks, or maybe you're making smoothies or something there that really helps you, and also staying on top of your hydration there as well. But Page of Cups in the Resistance position, it will go into the upright. So I feel a lot of you have been waiting on some news that has just been like not happening for you. There may have been a delay there. Some of you, it may be news regarding your home. So it could be that finally you get to sell your home. If you have been selling your home, someone comes in, they love your home. I would say they may try to bargain you down quite significantly to the point where you're like, that's a little bit offensive. So I feel like you stick your ground on something, and I feel for a moment there will be no change. It's almost like two people trying to wait it out to see if anyone changes, and you're like, no. I feel like you're sticking to your sense of value. You love your home. You're not going to undersell yourself, okay? And I feel they will have a change of heart, okay? And they will come back to view it one more time. They love it so much. I want you to be aware, they love it so much. So I don't see that they find anywhere else. So stick your ground, of course. I mean, looking at the energy, the Emperor, I feel you do good business, okay? And I feel with the Three of Cups, you celebrate that. I mean, looking at the energy, I would say you kind of like get very close to the amount. You may give a small concession, but you get very close to the amount that you want for the property if you're trying to sell your property. If you're trying to purchase property, okay, I would say, I mean, looking at the energy, you may go low. I see this energy of going low because you love it, but you may be aware that they're going to negotiate with you, okay? And I feel there is this energy of coming to an agreed amount, but you may still pay just a little bit more than you'd hope to have paid, but at the same time, you get a good deal and you got the property of your dreams. That's what I'm seeing there, okay? So if you're going into real estate at this time, because a lot of you with that Four of Wands in the Resistance position, this means moving home, or, a plan to leave something because you've got something better is working out for you. And you celebrate a win because the Four of Wands goes into the upright. Your plan takes shape and it brings joy, peace of mind, and it works out perfectly. And it brings more harmony into your life. But also, this on a personal level can indicate you're more creative this month. If you haven't been able to be creative for a while, I feel that changes. You reignite that spark and you create something that I feel like you're going to hear good news on. If it's something that you sell, I feel like you're going to sell it. If it's something that perhaps, you are trying to launch or create, I feel there's an energy here of people loving it or returning customers, okay? Or maybe even some sort of like deal goes on there, an agreement if you're showing someone your portfolio on something or you have a test. I just feel like you are going to get good news. But what's really interesting, I see you getting really good news at the, how can I put this? It feels like there's some news that comes in that's quite practical at the beginning of the month. Then in the middle of the month, I feel like there is some good news that you will celebrate. And then as you leave the month of August, I feel something that you're hoping to hear on, and then you almost like give up on it and think, oh, well, I'm obviously not going to hear about it in August. Suddenly it comes in the radar, just underneath, it's almost like on the cusp of August, September time, and you celebrate something else. So I feel ultimately there's two things you'll celebrate. One is kind of like a practical thing, so I feel like you don't celebrate it. It's like, oh, okay, that's good, that came in, that happened. But the other two things, I feel like you celebrate them. So some of you, if you're waiting for some health news there as well, I feel there is an energy of having to, it feels really positive looking at the outcome energy, but you may have to like go for a further test or something, because Four of Wands is to reunite or go again. Okay, and on the next meeting or appointment, that's when it's like, oh, okay, there is an energy here of celebration and being in good hands. So if this is like a healthcare provider or professional, I would say with that Fool energy that you may get a new person who sees you, but I feel like Three of Cups is positive, okay? And you may be I'm just being given as well, some people this month may have a change of medication as well. That's something that's coming through, but I'll leave that there. I'm not a medical professional, so always take the advice of someone who is. I would say with that Four of Wands, some of you haven't been out partying or letting your hair down for a long time, or maybe some of you feel like there hasn't been something to celebrate for a long time, but I feel this is the month where you're in good company. And if you're not getting an invitation to something, because I feel this invitation energy, I feel like there's a clash of events for you in August, and I feel like there's one that you'd really love to go to and one that you feel duty bound to go to, but you can have the best of both worlds. You can do both. You're free to do both. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. So these two cards highlight fun times and responsibilities. Okay, so a lot of you with that Fool card, this literally means a lot of potential. So some of you, if you run your own business, you could be launching something that shows you really bossing up. Some of you are moving into a new role with greater status. But also this can be that, you're leveling up your life. You're serious. You have responsibilities and duties, and you're going to have fun with it. And it can also indicate success is coming in because you put so much effort in there, and you will be really proud of yourself. You feel content with the way things are going, even though things have been challenging there. Also, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, I am getting this energy of an anniversary being celebrated of someone who is no longer at the table, as it were. So they may have passed over, transitioned there. This person is present, and there's something around a plant or a tree. I'm just seeing a plant right now, something around a plant or a tree. So if you did plant a tree or you have a plant that is dedicated to them, they're acknowledging it right now. But also, it could be some random moment where you're just looking at this plant or tree and suddenly one of the leaves start moving. Trees are, of course, living creatures, and they are alive and very sentient as well. So, it can be a moment of energy flow, but I feel there's an acknowledgement there. So I'm just going to leave it like that because that's what I'm being given. I have to honor what I'm being given. But there is this energy of independence. So some of you may actually pamper yourself by independently going to creative endeavors like art galleries or markets or, just something really fun there. But also this could be a quick trip away for some of you. But the Fool card is an energy of, taking a chance or risk on something, maybe not knowing how things are going to go, taking a calculated risk on a plan, something that you envisage for your future, and suddenly everything starts to go in accordance with your plans. So whilst on the practical level, you are looking at your finances, taking stock of, everything you're doing there, trying to be more sociable at the same time and getting more involved in the community, or making a difference in some way by getting involved, connecting to your hobbies and doing all the stuff, right? Because I feel like this is an action-packed energy for you, trying to see as many people as possible as well. So some of you may even have people from overseas coming to visit you, because I feel this energy of hosting or, coming together there. But also your 12th house is saying mindfulness. Have quality time for you through either journaling or, improving your focus with stillness or meditation, self-help books, podcasts, things like that. But I see a lot of you with this energy of structure, because the Emperor is all about structure. I feel this is a great month for habit building. Healthy habit building. Some of you will also, learn things like skill development, or, with that Page of Pentacles, you're reinvesting in self. This could be through a language learning, or you're cultivating new skills. But also I feel this is about putting structures in place that will help you achieve what you set out to achieve. And with the Three of Cups, I feel like you have a very strong support network, or you have people who really back you behind the scenes. This is all about your community with that Three of Cups, but it could also be that you're sharing information, or you may even enlist, someone who is a professional at something that you really require the information on, because I feel there's a information sourcing month for you. So if you require, someone to help you with accounts, it could be that you find the best accountant. Or if you have something a little bit more complex that requires, legalities on something, you could actually reach out to a professional who can really help you there. And this person's actually a really awesome person. They got a lot of knowledge. Don't be put off by their age is something that's coming out there. This person may be quite young, but they're very established and they're really knowledgeable at what they do. I feel this person may have even taken over a practice from their parent, so they kind of grew up in the industry of whatever it is you're trying to, get help with there. But ultimately, on a personal level, I feel a lot of you are actually, changing the way that you deal with people, erecting healthier boundaries. If someone's been audacious with their crossing of your boundaries, you deserve to erect, very strong, strict boundaries there. I would say a lot of you are being stricter with yourself, because this is a card to hold yourself to higher standards. And I would say also that, you're protecting your dreams and your visions, and of course your family. I feel there's an energy here of, if you're a parent, for example, it could be that you're finding fun things, activities to do with your children, whilst at the same time show up for work or show up with your responsibilities, be on time with, your finances. I mean, some of you may actually deal with a landlord as well, but I feel it's good news. There's this energy here of good news from a landlord. So either they're giving you a certain amount of notice, more than the usual amount if you're required to leave, or it could be that you get on really well with your landlord maybe, and you have a really interesting conversation with them. They may even give you information of how they manage portfolios and properties. I mean, that's just something that's coming through there. But ultimately, I feel this month is you planning something or investing all your energy into something that you love. And of course, you're going to find time to connect to your higher self, develop a deeper sense of awareness of who you are, what you want, and receive important messages. A lot of you may also withdraw into focusing on projects alone. I feel this is about recharging your batteries there as well. You're actually going to feel more energized by spending time with people, even though, sometimes we need to have our alone time and recharge after seeing groups of people. Okay. But I feel there is this energy that comes from being in the company of like-minded individuals. So some of you could do some creative collaborations, or it's just great to meet up with people that you haven't seen for a while. This month does feel a little bit lighter. It may even speed on by for you in some way. We've got roadblocks there. So the Death card in the position it's in highlights roadblocks are removed. Where you're feeling stuck, suddenly there is a smoother path. It was a temporary setback or a temporary energy there. Now we do have heart and home, so a lot of you may be decluttering, detoxifying, maybe even selling, pre-loved goods from home as well. But you may be kind of reorganizing or spending a lot of energy in the home space. But your fifth house will say, get out there and have fun. But I do see a lot of you may be hosting something at your home. So you're still being sociable, but bring it home, as it were. So we have maybe even family over, but we have roadblocks there. And I feel like you have faced some roadblocks that are like being released, because the Fool card is to be free of that. It feels like a lighter energy for you. Also, for some of you, not all of you, but if you're pregnant and you're due this month, I feel like you're in good hands, okay? I would say cause for celebration. Baby arrives. And of course, you're going to wait it out before family come to visit. But some family members, or maybe one family member who just comes to visit, maybe unannounced, okay? And you may be like, okay, like I gave specific requirements. I need at least a little bit of time to rest. However, they may just show up unannounced is what I'm seeing there. Or maybe someone, doesn't have to be a family member. But let's get to this card. It says here, stalling, temporary setback, take a detour, not right now, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Barriers, blocks, and changes. I mean, looking at the energy, I feel like you're making some personal lifestyle changes, but I feel like you're liberating yourself from something. If there's been a project hanging over your head, a DIY project, or even a creative endeavor project, it could be that, you felt you had to put it on hold, or it stalled because you had so many other responsibilities. I see that you have so many duties, or a sense of duty here, and, you're going to find the balance between the two. So you will return to a project and get busy doing it, and I feel it's going to be brilliant. I feel like you're just going to be in the flow of that as well. And we have happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, contentment, comfort, established. Yes, that's what I mean. Like, especially in career, a lot of you are established in the role that you're in. You're so good at what you do, but you may feel it's time to take things to the next level. So you'll be reaching for more this month. But it also says here, fulfilled legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, heart's desire, and longevity. So long-term plans, security. I mean, some of you, you may be moving, as I mentioned, moving to a new neighborhood, or pooling all your resources to purchase a property. Some of you, you may share the, mortgage, for example, or there is some sort of coming together with you, a partner or a family member, but also maybe learning about property, because I felt it in your energy. This could be something that maybe you won't even live in. It could be something that becomes, something that you rent. That's coming out there as well, because I'm being given like new streams of income for some of you, and a lot of home energy there as well. Some of you may rent out one of your rooms as well. It could come in different forms there. But also, we've got the shooting star. You're reaching for something and you're going to accomplish it. So I feel like you're aligned. I mean, this could also be a very cathartically healing month for you, because you're kind of like committing to yourself, body, mind, and soul. You're paying attention to your body, its needs. There is an energy here of making sure that you stay hydrated and active. And I feel that this is a month of balancing all the projects that you have to do, but also having fun time. And if fun time means getting a moment away, a quick trip somewhere, I definitely see here that you're just going to have an affinity with nature and just find a wonderful, peaceful stillness. But it's going to give you that thought process of how to reinforce, as I mentioned, those structures and get serious about the next steps in your life. You're taking charge. The Emperor takes charge and protects for the future there as well. So it says here, quick action, wish granted, rare, falling star, okay, moment in time, good luck, dynamic, incandescent, so that you're shining your light there, dazzled, sudden, short-lived, passionate, passing through, enterprising, and brilliant. So these are all positive energies I feel like you're aligning yourself with at this moment in time, but I feel like you need that grounding first, and you're finding that, okay? So I'm just going to go and pull a trinket. Oh, okay, so we have the rose, okay? Now the rose, That's romance. So some of you are literally romancing your life because you have the King of Cups there. Even though you're an air element, this can indicate that you're tapping into your emotions to really find out what the missing ingredient is so that you can connect to it. But if you think about a rose, it has thorns. Anything that is something that you're passionate about, whether it's a project or a relationship, it's hard. Sometimes we care so much about what we do that it hurts. You know, that's why you be under pressure. You try to manage stress levels. That's why, you know, when it comes to a relationship, a person can push your buttons because you care. You know, you've allowed them access to your inner world. And, you know, of course, hopefully you're not dealing with anyone who pushes your buttons. Looking at the energy, I mean, Page of Cups there may be someone who has unrealistic expectations of you being there and trying to like emotionally kind of manipulate you in some way to doing their will. But looking at the energy, I feel like you're not allowing this to occur. If this is a cycle that perhaps you have accepted or enabled or in some way witnessed, maybe not enabled, just witnessed it happening, I feel like you're putting, you know, a stop to it this month. But I would say with the rose that, you know, it requires a lot to grow. And you've been going through some major personal development and growth there. And of course, if you're seeking love, I feel there is an energy here of you meeting. A lot of people are attracted to you, but I feel there's one person that you will return to time and time again, someone who will have your heart. So if you're searching, I feel like you could meet this person at a really fun activity where there's lots of people, communal event there. I mean, for some of you, you may even be invited to an engagement or a wedding, and you may meet someone who is connected to the family in some way and spark up romance that way. But I mean, this is a rune that means seize the day. This is ambition. This is like a light-hearted energy that sees you having a breakthrough, growth. You know, both these items that came out of that bowl mean growth. Okay, so you got the rose there, you're blossoming, you're becoming. It's been hard. Thorns indicates that, you know, of course, there's pain and gain, as it were. So anything you found challenging, you're going to see rewards because of that. And this basically, this rune indicates breakthrough and growth there, and you aligned with more positive outcomes, a brighter future. So yes, I feel like there's a breakthrough here for you in some way. For some of you, it could be emotional because you have that King of Cups there. And a lot of you, I would say, it's financial there too. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you, my beautiful Librans. Thank you so much, and love and light.